Good morning, beloved child of God. And as this new day begins, we step into it not with fear or confusion, but with trust that the God who watches over us never sleeps, never retreats, and never fails us in our moments of need. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Psalm 118:24 becomes the very ground beneath our feet as we rise into the light of a fresh morning. You, Lord, are already ahead of us, arranging divine appointments. You are already before us, clearing dangers we cannot see. You are already preparing blessings we have not yet touched. You are already protecting us from battles we will never know existed. You are already guiding every step we will take today. Lord, as we open our eyes to the gift of a new sunrise, we ask you to straighten what is crooked and illuminate what feels hidden, for your presence makes every uncertain path steady and secure. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119:10-05 becomes the guiding flame that pushes back every shadow of uncertainty we may face today. You reveal answers we have been searching for. You expose traps we were unaware of. You shift our attention toward things that matter. You guard our decisions with clarity. You keep confusion from entering our thoughts. Lord, go before us into this day and prepare the ground we will walk on. So nothing formed against us will surprise us, hinder us, or rise to weaken our courage. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17 becomes the shield we wear as we step into the responsibilities you have entrusted to us. You dismantle invisible threats sent to disturb our peace. You remove emotional weight we were not meant to carry. You redirect us away from harmful influences. You silence voices meant to distract or discourage. You allow nothing to touch us without passing through your authority. Lord, walk ahead of us in every conversation, interaction, and environment we enter today, making peace the first atmosphere we feel before we speak a single word. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Matthew 5:9 becomes the covering over every room we walk into. You soften hearts before they meet ours. You guide our tone with wisdom and gentleness. You remove tension before it forms. You protect us from unnecessary conflict. You let our presence carry your peace. Lord, go before us in our workplace, our responsibilities, our tasks, and our pressing obligations, ensuring that our minds remain steady and our hearts remain calm. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Proverbs 16:3 becomes the promise that steadies our confidence. You expand our focus even under pressure. You increase our ability to think with clarity. You multiply our effectiveness when we feel stretched thin. You cover us when expectations rise. You strengthen us with supernatural productivity. Lord, prepare every decision we must make today so we choose wisely, move carefully, and discern clearly without being pushed by fear, pressure, or confusion. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without finding fault. James 1:5 becomes the assurance that we are never without direction. You illuminate what seems hidden. You confirm what is right. You restrain us when timing is not aligned. You guide our spirit gently but firmly. You guard us from stepping into avoidable mistakes. Lord, go before us emotionally, protecting our hearts from heaviness, anxiety, frustration, or unexpected emotional storms that try to rise without warning. Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. Psalm 55:22 becomes the release that frees us from weight trying to settle on our shoulders. You calm the mind before worry grows. You soothe the heart before fear speaks. You protect our peace as a holy treasure. You strengthen us from the inside out. You let emotional storms lose their power. Lord, go before our families, those we love, those we care for, and those whose hearts are connected to ours in ways only you can see. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15 becomes the covering declared over every household represented in this moment of prayer. You shield our loved ones from harm. You guide their steps with wisdom. You protect their minds with peace. You bring clarity to their decisions. You place your hand over their day with divine care. If this prayer has touched your heart, pause right now and write in the comments, "Lord, go before me today." Tell us what you are facing, what you need God to prepare, and where you need Him to intervene. Let us pray with you, stand with you, and walk with you in faith today. Lord, go before every financial decision we face today, every challenge that involves provision or responsibility, and every area where wisdom is needed to steward what you have entrusted to us. My God shall supply all your needs according to His riches in glory. Philippians 4:19 becomes the promise that no lack can cancel. You open doors aligned with your will. You close doors that would drain or harm us. You protect our resources from loss. You guide our spending with peace. You bring increase where there was once struggle. Lord, walk ahead of us into every spiritual battle that may try to rise today, reminding us that you fight for us before we even recognize the conflict forming. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14 becomes the echo in our spirit, strengthening our courage. You silence every demonic strategy. You expose every hidden attack. You surround us with angelic protection. You make spiritual enemies retreat before we take a single step. You turn every attempt of the enemy into nothing. Lord, go before us in our inner thoughts, protecting us from mental spirals, self-criticism, or internal noise that attempts to disturb our focus. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2 becomes the promise shaping our mental strength. You calm overactivity in the brain. You reveal truth when lies attempt to whisper. You align our mind with heaven's perspective. You remove emotional fog. You lift mental burdens quietly and completely. Lord, walk ahead of our decisions regarding relationships, friendships, partnerships, connections and interactions, ensuring we remain aligned with the right people. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians 15:33 becomes the guardrail protecting our heart. You expose hidden motives we cannot see. You remove connections that drain our purpose. You strengthen relationships blessed by you. You guide us toward unity and peace. You protect our hearts from relational harm. Lord, go before us into every physical environment we will enter today. Streets, vehicles, workplaces, public places, and let your angels stand guard around us. He will give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11 becomes the covering placed on our every movement. You prevent accidents before they unfold. You keep danger far from our path. You protect us from sickness and harm. You guide our timing so we avoid danger. You surround us with invisible protection. Lord, walk before us in our spiritual growth today, deepening our hunger for your presence and increasing our sensitivity to your voice. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. James 4:8 becomes the promise calling our spirit higher. You stir fresh desire for prayer. You awaken scripture inside our hearts. You expand our ability to hear your guidance. You protect our devotion from distraction. You anchor us in spiritual maturity. Lord, go before every hidden battle that has not yet revealed itself. Those silent struggles, quiet challenges, and unseen pressures only you can detect. He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler. Psalm 91:3 becomes the shield diverting dangers we cannot perceive. You intercept attacks long before they reach us. You redirect paths meant to harm us. You weaken plans formed in secret. You lift us above traps designed to ensnare us. You guard us with unmatched precision. Lord, we thank you for going before us in strength, walking beside us in mercy and covering us behind with goodness, ensuring that no moment of this day unfolds without your presence saturating it. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Psalm 23:6 becomes the declaration we carry into the fullness of this morning. You protect our beginning and our end. You ordain blessings hidden in today's journey. You keep fear from taking hold. You multiply peace in every direction. You guide us with love that does not fail. Lord, as we close this first part of our prayer, we declare with faith that because you go before us today, we will not fear, we will not stumble, and we will not walk alone, for you are our shepherd, our protector, and our guide. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31 becomes the banner waving over our spirit as this day begins. You align every moment with divine purpose. You fill our steps with confidence. You surround our hearts with peace that cannot be shaken. You strengthen our spirit with renewed hope. You make this day a testimony of your guidance, Lord. As we continue this sacred prayer, we thank you for covering our morning with peace that flows from your presence like a gentle river, calming every restless thought within us. You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you. Isaiah 26:3 becomes the anchor that steadies our focus as the day unfolds. You silence the voices of panic before they rise. You guard our thinking from unnecessary fear. You surround our emotions with stillness that cannot be shaken. You bring clarity into moments that feel overwhelming. You speak peace into the deepest parts of our soul. Lord, go before us in every responsibility that awaits us today, strengthening our hands, sharpening our minds, and preparing our hearts to carry what you have assigned without fear or frustration. I can do all things through Christ, who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13 becomes the divine empowerment, pushing us forward. You expand our capacity when tasks appear heavy. You replace stress with supernatural calm. You give us focus where distraction tries to enter. You multiply our effectiveness with the grace you supply. You help us move confidently in every responsibility. Lord, prepare every place we will step into and soften every atmosphere we will enter, so no tension, conflict, or negativity can settle around us or disturb our inner peace. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Matthew 5:8 becomes the covering over our spirit as we navigate the world. You help us discern unseen pressures in environments. You guard us from hidden hostility that wears spiritual disguise. You allow no darkness to attach itself to us. You shift atmospheres before we arrive. You cleanse every space with your presence. Lord, protect us from discouragement that hides in subtle moments, creeping into our thoughts without warning and attempting to weigh down our spirit. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Psalm 31:24 becomes the voice that lifts us from heaviness. You dismantle disappointment before it settles. You strengthen our will when motivation fades. You keep our hope alive even when progress seems slow. You remind us of victories we have forgotten. You protect us from emotional decline. Lord, walk before us in our relationships, guiding us toward connections that uplift, strengthen, and support our spiritual growth, while removing those that weaken our peace. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Proverbs 27:17 becomes the filter over every bond. You reveal intentions hidden behind smiles. You distance us from people who drain our spirit. You strengthen bonds built on truth and love. You guide us toward those aligned with your purpose. You protect our hearts from relational harm. Lord, go before our decisions today, large or small, making the path clear. and the direction unmistakable, so confusion cannot cloud our thinking or distort our discernment. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5 becomes the clarity we rely on. You illuminate the right steps. You restrain us when stopping is safer. You accelerate us when movement is required. You protect us from impulsive choices rooted in fear. You lead us into alignment with your perfect will. Lord, prepare our hearts to forgive quickly, release deeply, and move gracefully through situations that might otherwise provoke frustration or hurt. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Colossians 3:13 becomes the instruction shaping our reaction. You soften our hearts when pride tries to harden them. You protect us from bitterness that poisons joy. You teach us to walk in emotional freedom. You strengthen us to choose love over resentment. You guard our spirit from internal conflict. Lord, go before our conversations today, placing wisdom in our mouths before we speak, so every word reflects compassion, truth, and peace rather than frustration or haste. Let your speech always be full of grace. Colossians 4:6 becomes the foundation of communication. You filter our thoughts before they become speech. You help us pause before reacting. You protect us from speaking in anger. You use our voice to bring healing where tension exists. You guide our words with holy gentleness. Lord, protect our minds from overanalyzing situations that are already in your hands, because overthinking is an invitation for fear, but surrender is an invitation for peace. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, 2 Corinthians 10:5 becomes the authority that quiets mental noise. You help us release what we cannot control. You remind us that surrender is strength. You anchor our mind in truth rather than speculation. You guard our imagination from fear-based thoughts. You restore peace to our internal world. Lord, walk ahead of our finances today, protecting our resources and guiding our decisions so we move with wisdom, responsibility, and trust. And my God will supply all your needs according to his riches in glory. Philippians 4:19 becomes the foundation of our financial confidence. You guard us from impulsive spending. You protect us from loss disguised as opportunity. You strengthen our stewardship with clarity. You open doors of provision in unexpected ways. You remind us that lack is never greater than your supply. Lord, go before our physical bodies today, covering us with supernatural health, strength, and resilience as we move through the responsibilities of this morning and beyond. I am the Lord who heals you. Exodus 15:26 becomes the promise spoken over our physical well-being. You energize us when fatigue rises. You protect us from sickness. You renew strength where weakness tries to settle. You give us rest when stress pushes against our limits. You guard every part of our physical health. Lord, protect our hearts from fear, triggered by unexpected changes or uncertainties, reminding us that flexibility is safe when held in your hands. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7 becomes the declaration that calms us. You help us adjust with grace. You shield us from anxiety that tries to surface. You remind us that transitions are part of your design. You strengthen us to welcome change with confidence. You ute our emotional stability. Lord, walk before us in moments of pressure, giving us the grace to remain calm, patient, and grounded even when circumstances feel overwhelming. The Lord is my strength and my shield. Psalm 28:7 becomes the truth that steadies our breathing. Your slow racing thoughts before panic forms. You teach us to respond rather than react. You protect us from emotional overload. You fill us with quiet courage. You help us hold peace as a weapon. Lord, go before our spiritual growth today, opening our ears to hear you clearly and opening our hearts to respond with willingness and surrender. Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. James 4:8 becomes the call pulling us deeper. You awaken prayer within us. You stir hunger for your word. You remove spiritual dullness. You protect our devotion from distraction. You nurture our intimacy with you. Lord, protect our homes with peace, so thick and so steady that no disturbance, no chaos, and no spiritual attack can enter or linger. My people will dwell in peaceful habitation. Isaiah 32:18 becomes the decree over every doorway. You cleanse the atmosphere completely. You silence every dark influence. You fill every room with rest. You protect every sleeping hour at night. You guard our dwelling with holy fire. Lord, go before every hidden challenge we do not yet know about, because you see the future we cannot, and you intervene long before danger forms. He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler. Psalm 91:3 becomes the protection that moves ahead of our steps. You destroy traps unseen. You block spiritual attacks planned in secret. You redirect paths meant to harm us. You weaken every weapon before it forms. You surround us with angelic defense. Lord, thank you for going before us, walking beside us, and guarding behind us, ensuring that no part of our day is unprotected or uncovered by your love. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Psalm 23:6 becomes the banner over this morning. You secure every blessing we are meant to receive. You protect every area of vulnerability. You strengthen every part of our spirit. You bring clarity where confusion once lived. You guide our steps into divine favor. Lord, as we complete this second part of prayer, we rest in the confidence that because you go before us today, nothing will catch us by surprise, nothing will overpower us, and nothing will separate us from your protection. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31 becomes the declaration sealing this moment. You cover this day with purpose. You fill it with peace that overcomes fear. You surround it with favor that cannot be stopped. You prepare blessings ahead of our arrival. You set this day under your mighty hand. Lord, as we continue in this sacred flow of prayer, we thank you that your presence is not temporary nor fragile, but constant, unchanging, and faithful from the moment we wake until the evening rests upon us. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies are new every morning. Lamentations 3:22-23 becomes the reason our spirit rises with confidence. You refresh our hearts with renewed strength. You cleanse our minds from yesterday's burdens. You awaken our spirit with fresh hope. You reset our emotions with peace. You cover this new day with mercy poured out abundantly. Lord, go before us in every thought that rises within our minds today, shaping them with divine wisdom before they can drift into anxiety or fear. We take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. 2 Corinthians 10:5 becomes the guardrail protecting our mental space. You stop negative thoughts before they form. You dismantle lies before they settle. You prevent fear from taking root in our imagination. You strengthen clarity in places once clouded. You protect our mind like a sacred guard. Lord, prepare our spirit to be sensitive to your voice, even in the middle of noise, responsibilities, and distractions that attempt to pull our attention away from you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. John 10:27 becomes the promise shaping our spiritual awareness. You sharpen our discernment. You increase our spiritual alertness. You help us distinguish your nudges from our own thoughts. You lead us gently but unmistakably. You guard our heart from confusion. Lord, go before our emotions today, calming the waves before they rise, steadying the heart before it trembles, and silencing the inner storms before they have the chance to form. Do not Let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. John 14:27 becomes the protection guarding our emotional world. You remove heaviness before it settles. You protect peace with holy strength. You loosen the grip of stress trying to take hold. You wrap comfort around the parts of us that feel vulnerable. You let calmness reign inside us. Lord, guide us in moments when decisions feel overwhelming, when choices seem unclear, or when pressure tries to push us into rushed conclusions. Your ears shall hear a word behind you, saying, "This is the way, walk in it." Isaiah 30:21 becomes the compass directing our steps. You make the right options stand out, unmistakably. You remove distractions that blur direction. You protect us from stepping outside your will. You simplify what feels complicated. You lead us with holy precision. Lord, go before our schedule today, rearranging what needs shifting, canceling what is unnecessary, and highlighting what is essential so that we move in harmony with your purpose. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Proverbs 16:9 becomes the banner guiding our rhythm. You help us avoid overload. You create space for what truly matters. You align timing with divine purpose. You protect us from unnecessary commitments. You orchestrate our day with careful intention. Lord, protect us from the subtle heaviness that comes through small frustrations, those tiny irritations and unexpected inconveniences that try to drain our emotional energy. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Nehemiah 8:10 becomes the defense guarding our attitude. You remind us to respond with grace instead of irritation. You shield our mood from unnecessary triggers. You help us rise above moments meant to frustrate us. You infuse joy into places that feel routine. You keep our spirit resilient. Lord, go before our interactions with strangers, co-workers, leaders, and loved ones, making our presence a carrier of peace rather than tension. Let your light shine before others. Matthew 5:16 becomes the invitation to walk with grace. You soften hearts that would otherwise be hardened. You help us extend kindness where there is none. You make us patient when impatience wants to rise. You protect us from unnecessary conflict. You allow your presence to flow through our words and action. Lord, prepare our hands for the work we will do today. Whether simple or complex, seen or unseen, knowing that even our smallest efforts become meaningful when covered by your blessing. Whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31 becomes the reason behind every task. You bless our efforts with favor. You strengthen our hands with endurance. You guide our actions with excellence. You turn ordinary tasks into holy purpose. You protect our work from exhaustion and error. Lord, go before the areas of our life that feel unfinished, uncertain, or fragile, reminding us that what seems incomplete to us is already secured in your plan. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Philippians 1:6 becomes the assurance our hearts cling to. You protect us from feeling behind. You remind us that development takes time. You guard us from comparing our progress to others. You lead us step by step into fulfillment. You work in silence where we see nothing. Lord, walk before our healing, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, making restoration a process that unfolds under your timing and not under the pressure of our expectations. By his wounds we are healed. Isaiah 53:5 becomes the foundation of our trust in the healing you provide. You mend what was broken. You soothe what was inflamed. You strengthen what was weakened. You restore what was lost. You protect our healing journey from discouragement. Lord, cover our motivations today so that everything we do comes from a place of peace, purity, humility, and alignment with your desires, rather than pressure or ego. Create in me a clean heart, O God. Psalm 51:10 becomes the purifier of our motives. You cleanse intentions that are misplaced. You protect our hearts from self-centeredness. You redirect our desires toward heaven's priorities. You teach us to act with sincerity. You help us operate from love rather than fear. Lord, go before our moments of vulnerability, those times when insecurities rise, when the enemy whispers lies, or when our self-worth feels threatened. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139:14 becomes the declaration that restores confidence. You silence inner criticism. You protect us from comparing ourselves to others. You remind us of the value you placed within us. You strengthen our identity in Christ. You shield our hearts from emotional attack. Lord, prepare our spirit to remain calm even when surroundings are loud, stressful, or fast-moving. Because peace is a choice empowered by your presence. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10 becomes the anchor grounding us. You protect us from rushing ahead of your timing. You slow our spirit when anxiety increases speed. You help us breathe deeply when stress tries to overwhelm. You keep our soul centered. You let stillness rule over chaos. Lord, protect us from temptation today, whether subtle or obvious, whether external or internal, ensuring that our choices reflect the purity you desire for us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Matthew 6:13 becomes the shield guarding our desires. You close doors we should not enter. You expose traps before we step into them. You redirect our attention away from harmful impulses. You strengthen our discipline. You surround us with conviction that protects us. Lord, go before our creativity, inspiration, and ideas, breathing new life into areas that feel stagnant and awakening solutions where problems seem overwhelming. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. Daniel 2:21 becomes the fountain from which fresh insight flows. You revive creativity that feels blocked. You inspire ideas that bring solutions. You guide our innovation with clarity. You expand our thinking beyond limits. You protect creativity from discouragement. Lord, thank you for going before every silence we will face today, every unknown moment, every unexpected pause, and every unanswered question, reminding us that your presence fills even the quiet spaces. The Lord will guide you continually. Isaiah 58:11 becomes the reassurance we carry. You protect us from fear of the unknown. You speak softly in moments of stillness. You strengthen us when answers delay. You remind us that guidance is continuous. You remain with us in every unexplored moment. Lord, as we close this part, we acknowledge with gratitude that because you go before us today, nothing has authority to derail our peace, nothing can block our blessings, and nothing can prevent your guidance from reaching us. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31 becomes the truth sealing this moment. You align our path, you secure our steps, you fill our atmosphere with favor, you protect our heart from fear, you lead us with unmatched love and wisdom. Lord, as we enter this next part of prayer, we honor you as the God who steps into our day before we do, clearing obstacles, calming storms, and preparing blessings long before our feet touch the ground. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. Deuteronomy 31:8 becomes the source of courage, filling our chest with strength. You protect us from the unexpected challenges ahead. You secure pathways that once felt uncertain. You lift the weight of fear before it presses on our spirit. You prepare the day with divine precision. You make the way straight where we saw no way at all. Lord, go before our thoughts and align them with your truth, silencing the voices of fear, worry, or insecurity that attempt to shape our perspective. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7 becomes the reminder that our inner world must be guarded. You filter thoughts before they grow into beliefs. You help us reject lies that contradict your promises. You strengthen our mental resilience with heavenly truth. You protect our focus from drifting into negativity. You renew our thinking with peace. Lord, prepare us for encounters we cannot predict, moments of pressure, conflict, tension, or stress, and equip us to respond with wisdom rather than emotion. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God. James 1:5 becomes the refuge we lean into when decisions weigh heavily on us. You give clarity when confusion tries to dominate. You supply calm when emotions attempt to rise. You safeguard our reactions from haste. You empower us to speak with grace and control. You shield us from being overwhelmed. Lord, go before the conversations that could shape our day. Meetings, confrontations, unexpected interactions, and let your peace guide our words before they are spoken. Let your speech always be with grace. Colossians 4:6 becomes the covering that rests on our tongue. You prevent arguments before they begin. You make us patient when irritation tries to rise. You help us communicate with compassion. You soften hearts in our presence. You protect our conversations from becoming sources of stress. Lord, protect our spirit from discouragement, waiting to appear in subtle forms through delays, misunderstandings, closed doors, slow progress. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Proverbs 13:12 becomes the warning that discouragement can quietly steal strength. You remind us that your timing is never late. You sustain hope when circumstances feel unmoving. You guard us from emotional collapse when things take longer than expected. You keep our spirit lifted despite delays. You help us trust the unseen work you are doing. Lord, go before our physical steps today, covering us with protection in every environment, public places, streets, workplaces, and any area where danger could hide unseen. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11 becomes the supernatural shield around our movement. You prevent accidents before they take shape. You redirect us from harmful timing. You guard our body from injury. You protect us from unexpected threats. You surround us with angelic defense. Lord, prepare our hearts to walk in compassion today, seeing others through your eyes, feeling their burdens, and responding with grace that reflects your character. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted. Ephesians 4:32 becomes the posture you call us to carry. You help us forgive quickly. You expand our patience in moments of tension. You soften us where life has hardened us. You protect us from judgment and pride. You teach us to walk in love even when challenged. Lord, go before our responsibilities that feel overwhelming, tasks that exceed our strength, and demands that stretch our limits, and fill us with resilience that can only come from your Spirit. My strength is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9 becomes the comfort we rely on. You energize us when fatigue threatens. You multiply our ability beyond what we expected. You stabilize us when stress increases. You keep us from collapsing under pressure. You sustain us with your unfailing strength. Lord, protect our financial stability, guiding our choices with wisdom and shielding our resources from unexpected loss, unnecessary expenses, or harmful decisions. The Lord is my provider. Philippians 4:19 becomes the assurance that provision is not dependent on circumstances, but on your faithfulness. You close the door to financial traps. You lead us into opportunities that carry blessing. You help us avoid impulsive decisions. You guard us from wasteful spending. You align our finances with your design for abundance. Lord, go before our dreams and long-term desires, the ambitions we carry quietly in our hearts, and the prayers we whisper in faith when no one else can hear. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4 becomes the invitation to trust you with our future. You protect our aspirations from discouragement. You revive passions that felt forgotten. You nurture seeds of purpose planted long ago. You align opportunities with our destiny. You prepare fulfillment in the perfect season. Lord, protect our peace from emotional triggers that rise without warning, old memories, old wounds, or sudden waves of sadness that appear uninvited. He heals the broken-hearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3 becomes the balm soothing places that still ache. You cleanse our heart from past residue. You silence emotional noise that attempts to resurface. You safeguard our healing from regression. You strengthen our resilience against emotional attacks. You remind us that restoration is ongoing. Lord, go before our relationships, friendships, family bonds, partnerships, and secure them with unity, understanding, patience, and spiritual protection. Live in harmony with one another. Romans 12:16 becomes the foundation of how we relate today. You soften tense interactions. You mend strained connections. You reveal hidden intentions. You protect us from relational manipulation. You strengthen bonds designed by you. Lord, prepare our spirit to remain steady, even when confronted with negativity, hostility, or environments that carry emotional weight or spiritual darkness. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Romans 12:21 becomes the banner of victory we carry. You guard us from absorbing negativity. You make us a source of light in dark places. You protect our heart from adopting the attitudes of others. You help us maintain kindness under pressure. You empower us to rise above negativity. Lord, go before our vulnerabilities, the places in us that feel fragile or easily shaken, and protect them with your strength, so they do not become open doors for attack. The Lord is my rock and my fortress. Psalm 18:2 becomes the fortress guarding our weaknesses. You cover fragile emotions with confidence. You protect insecure areas of our identity. You shield us from attacks that target our soft places. You strengthen what feels unstable. You build resilience where we once felt exposed. Lord, protect our sense of direction today, our inner compass guiding it toward purpose, and away from distractions that seem appealing but lead nowhere meaningful. Your word is a lamp to my feet. Psalm 11:19 Note 5 becomes the navigation for every decision. You keep us focused on what matters. You close the door to time-wasting pursuits. You protect us from wandering into confusion. You sharpen our decision-making. You align our path with destiny. Lord, go before our faith journey today, replacing doubt with determination, fear with courage, and uncertainty with unwavering trust. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. Hebrews 11:6 becomes the call to rise higher in belief. You increase our confidence in your promises. You shield us from discouragement that weakens belief. You steady our spirit with supernatural assurance. You remind us of testimonies you have already written. You guard our faith from erosion. Lord, prepare our hearts for divine favor today, opening doors we could never open ourselves, and positioning us for blessings that carry your signature. For you, Lord, will bless the righteous with favor. You will surround him as with a shield. Psalm 5:12 becomes the expectation we step into. You arrange encounters that bless us. You open opportunities that accelerate our purpose. You bring answers that exceed our prayers. You go before us in every direction. You surround us with undeniable favor. Lord, as we conclude this part of prayer, we thank you for going before us, beside us, and behind us, ensuring that this day unfolds under your perfect protection, divine wisdom, and abundant grace. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Psalm 23:6 becomes the truth resting over this morning. You secure our every step. You fortify our every decision. You calm our every fear. You prepare our every blessing. You remain our shepherd in every hour. Lord, as we continue in this sacred morning prayer, we thank you that your presence meets us not only at the beginning of the day, but in every breath, every step, and every decision that lies ahead. In him we live and move and have our being. Acts 17:28 becomes the truth that steadies our spirit. You guide our movements with divine precision. You surround our actions with heavenly wisdom. You strengthen our heart with courage. You protect our peace from disturbance. You remain our constant source of strength. Lord, go before our emotions today, calming waves before they rise and restoring balance when things feel heavy, unsure, or overwhelming. Do not let your hearts be troubled. John 14:1 becomes the gentle whisper, lifting our spirit. You guard us from emotional instability. You settle our heart before anxiety speaks. You keep our inner world from being shaken by external noise. You guide our reactions with quiet confidence. You give us rest in places where stress once lived. Lord, prepare our minds to think clearly, speak wisely, and choose carefully, so that nothing we face today can shift us from the peace you provide. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2 becomes the cleansing force shaping our thoughts. You release us from overthinking and mental clutter. You quiet internal noise that competes with your voice. You direct our attention toward truth rather than fear. You protect our imagination from negative influence. You fill our thoughts with light and clarity. Lord, go before our steps so that every place we enter becomes covered with your presence. Every conversation reflects your grace, and every decision aligns with your will. The steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord. Psalm 37:23 becomes the assurance guiding our path. You redirect us away from danger. You lead us into moments prepared by your hand. You shield us from wrong environments. You protect us from harmful timing. You position us exactly where we need to be. Lord, protect our hearts from insecurity today, removing the fear of inadequacy and the temptation to measure ourselves against others, because comparison steals joy and blinds us from seeing your goodness. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 39:14 becomes the truth restoring our confidence. You remind us of our unique calling. You silence voices that belittle or diminish us. You guard our identity from emotional attack. You strengthen our belief in our purpose. You anchor our worth in you alone. Lord, go before every spiritual battle that may rise today, seen or unseen, predictable or unexpected, and defeat the enemy's plans before they even take shape. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14 becomes the victory cry in our spirit. You dismantle weapons formed against us. You silence accusations spoken in darkness. You expose strategies meant to cause harm. You guard our spirit from oppression. You protect our peace with supernatural power. Lord, prepare our relationships to walk in unity, patience, kindness, and spiritual strength. For no bond can survive without your presence strengthening it. Love is patient. Love is kind. 1 Corinthians 13:4 becomes the foundation of our interactions. You soften hearts hardened by past pain. You heal fractures created by misunderstanding. You protect connections meant to last. You remove people who disturb our peace. You surround us with relationships that reflect your love. Lord, protect our households today, every family member, every room, every corner, from spiritual disturbance, emotional tension, unseen darkness, attempting to enter. My people will live in peaceful dwelling places. Isaiah 32:18 becomes the covering resting over our home. You purify the atmosphere. You silence negative influences. You shield our home from conflict. You protect our sleep and rest. You fill our dwelling with divine serenity. Lord, go before our work, whether physical, mental, or spiritual, blessing our hands with productivity, our minds with creativity, and our hearts with diligence. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord. Colossians 3:23 becomes the motivation shaping our effort. You increase our focus when distractions arise. You expand our capacity when responsibilities grow. You strengthen our resolve when tasks feel overwhelming. You protect our energy from depletion. You crown our work with success. Lord, protect us from discouragement tied to delays, knowing that your timing is perfect and that what appears slow to us is preparation in your eyes. For the vision awaits an appointed time. Habakkuk 2:3 becomes the reassurance we carry. You stop impatience from weakening our faith. You guard our expectations from disappointment. You remind us that progress is often hidden before it is seen. You protect our hope from fading. You prepare fulfillment in the right moment. Lord, go before our financial decisions today, ensuring that every choice we make aligns with wisdom, stewardship, and peace, rather than pressure or fear. The Lord will provide. Genesis 22:14 becomes the declaration covering our resources. You shield us from financial missteps. You give clarity where uncertainty arises. You protect our income from disruption. You bless our efforts with unexpected favor. You provide in ways we cannot predict. Lord, protect our thoughts from dwelling on past hurts, past failures, or past fears that attempt to influence how we walk into this new day. Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. Isaiah 43:18 becomes the release freeing our mind. You heal wounds that still echo. You break old thought patterns that steal joy. You pull down memories that try to limit our faith. You protect our mind from old cycles. You fill our future with new confidence. Lord, go before the challenges that will appear today, both the ones we expect and the ones that surprise us, ensuring that our response reflects strength rather than fear. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. Psalm 56:3 becomes the power calming our inner world. You steady us when pressure rises. You anchor us when fear whispers. You remind us that we do not face challenges alone. You guard our heart from emotional collapse. You strengthen our courage. Lord, prepare blessings ahead of us that exceed expectation. Surprise our spirit and remind us that you are a God of favor and abundance. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. Psalm 23:6 becomes the promise walking behind us like a shadow of grace. You open doors we did not knock on. You send opportunities we did not anticipate. You release provision we did not ask for. You position us for favor we did not see coming. You shower our day with unexpected grace. Lord, protect our faith from erosion caused by waiting, silence, or moments where you seem distant, reminding us that your presence is constant, even when unseen. We walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7 becomes the foundation of our endurance. You strengthen belief when answers delay. You guard our heart from doubting your goodness. You remind us of testimonies already written. You deepen trust through every quiet season. You keep our faith unshaken. Lord, go before our confidence so we do not shrink when faced with new responsibilities, challenges, or opportunities that require boldness. The righteous are bold as a lion. Proverbs 28:1 becomes the courage that rises in us. You remove fear of failure. You silence internal insecurity. You embolden us to take steps of faith. You protect our self-worth from attack. You empower us to walk boldly under your guidance. Lord, protect our spiritual covering today, our prayer life, our devotion, our worship, ensuring no distraction, weariness, or spiritual dullness weakens our connection to you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. James 4:8 becomes the promise fueling our spiritual hunger. You revive passion where it feels low. You protect our devotion from fading. You sharpen our spiritual sensitivity. You renew our desire for your presence. You guard our heart from drifting. Lord, as we close this part of the prayer, we rest in the assurance that because you go before us today, every detail of this day is secured, every step is ordered, every battle is covered, and every blessing is prepared. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31 becomes the anthem of our morning. You stabilize our spirit. You seal this day in protection. You saturate it with favor. You guide it with your love. You establish it with your power. Lord, as we enter this new flow of prayer, we pause to recognize that you are the God who steps into every hour before we arrive, preparing peace for our spirit and protection for our journey. From the rising of the sun to the place where it sets, the name of the Lord is to be praised. Psalm 113:3 becomes the proclamation anchoring this morning. You steady our breathing with calmness. You surround our steps with purpose. You soften our fears with reassurance. You fill our path with divine preparation. You guide us into the peace you have already arranged for us. Lord, go before our inner battles today. The silent struggles no one sees but you fully understand, because you know the depths of our heart, even before we speak. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Psalm 139:23 becomes the invitation for you to move gently through our soul. You expose the roots of hidden worries. You uproot emotional burdens that cling tightly. You protect us from being overwhelmed by internal storms. You replace heaviness with hope. You strengthen us from within so nothing from outside can break us. Lord, prepare our minds for clarity so that confusion, distraction, or emotional noise cannot distort the direction you are giving us today. God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. 1 Corinthians 14:33 becomes the truth-clearing mental fog. You calm thoughts that spin without resolution. You silence voices that are not yours. You protect our decisions from mental exhaustion. You sharpen our ability to recognize divine instruction. You lead our thinking into focus and stability. Lord, go before our expectations so we do not build our day on assumptions, fears, or pressure, but on the assurance that your will is unfolding with perfect wisdom. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will act. Psalm 37:5 becomes the foundation of surrendered trust. You protect us from disappointment, formed by unrealistic hopes. You guide us to embrace patience. You reshape expectations that limit our faith. You align hope with your timing. You prepare outcomes that exceed what we imagined. Lord, protect our spirit from the heaviness that tries to attach itself through social environments, negative energies, or emotional atmospheres that do not align with your peace. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. 2 Corinthians 3:17 becomes the truth cleansing our surroundings. You shield us from draining environments. You guard our heart from absorbing negativity. You empower us to carry peace wherever we go. You fill us with resilience when situations feel heavy. You protect our atmosphere with your presence. Lord, prepare our eyes to see opportunities you place before us, so we do not overlook blessings disguised as small moments or simple interactions. Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things from your law. Psalm 119:18 becomes the prayer guiding our vision. You reveal what we might miss. You highlight paths aligned with destiny. You prevent blindness caused by busyness. You show us meaning inside ordinary moments. You open our spiritual sight to divine possibility. Lord, go before our conversations, guarding our words so they bring life and not destruction, healing and not tension, peace and not conflict. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, Psalm 19:14, becomes the covering placed over our speech. You prevent us from speaking in frustration. You inspire words that carry grace. You silence responses that would cause harm. You teach us to speak gently even when challenged. You protect our relationships through holy communication. Lord, protect our faith from shrinking when challenges appear suddenly, reminding us that storms do not signal your absence, but invite us to trust your nearness. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, Isaiah 43:2, becomes the declaration anchoring our heart. You calm fear before it takes root. You strengthen us when pressure rises. You guard our confidence from wavering. You remind us that your presence is consistent. You guide us through every difficulty with unwavering love. Lord, prepare our hands for the work of today, that every task, small or great, visible or unnoticed, be touched with excellence, purpose, and the blessing of your guidance. Establish the work of our hands, Psalm 90:17, becomes the anointing resting upon our responsibilities. You multiply our efforts with favor. You provide strength when we feel fatigued. You sharpen our focus when distracted. You arrange success in the details. You protect our diligence from discouragement. Lord, go before our emotions, steadying them so we do not react impulsively or allow temporary feelings to produce long-term consequences. A gentle answer turns away wrath. Proverbs 15:1 becomes the reminder shaping our responses. You calm frustration before it stirs. You temper impatience before it erupts. You guard us from reacting out of hurt. You help us remain composed when tested. You protect our emotional peace as a sacred space. Lord, protect our future from fear-driven decisions, reminding us that every step taken without your wisdom leads us away from peace, while every step taken with you leads toward destiny. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Proverbs 3:5 becomes the map directing our choices. You secure paths that align with purpose. You remove options that lead to harm. You guide us away from shortcuts lacking wisdom. You anchor us in patience. You protect us from stepping outside your will. Lord, prepare our hearts to forgive quickly, so bitterness cannot sprout, resentment cannot grow roots, and anger cannot poison relationships you designed for blessing. Forgive as the Lord forgave you, Colossians 3:13, becomes the release that frees our spirit. You soften hardened emotions. You cleanse wounds we still carry. You guard us from replaying past offenses. You loosen the grip of old hurts. You protect our heart with mercy. Lord, go before our physical health today, strengthening our immune system, restoring vitality, protecting us from harm, and granting energy for what this day requires. I will restore health to you and heal your wounds. Jeremiah 30:17 becomes the foundation of physical peace. You shield us from unexpected sickness. You protect our body from fatigue. You renew energy where weakness lives. You strengthen every system within us. You sustain our health with divine care. Lord, protect our boundaries, emotional, mental, and spiritual, so we are not drained by those who take more than they give, nor harmed by those who carry conflict instead of peace. Above all else, guard your heart. Proverbs 4:23 becomes the command shaping our interactions. You reveal relationships that are unhealthy. You protect us from manipulation. You shield us from emotional exhaustion. You help us stay whole in every connection. You preserve the strength of our spirit. Lord, prepare our environment today so that every place we enter carries a sense of safety, peace, and spiritual covering, free from unseen threats or harmful intentions. The Lord will keep you from all harm. Psalm 121:7 becomes the prayer sealing every location we step into. You remove danger before we encounter it. You expose what is hidden. You shield us from spiritual darkness. You protect us from harmful influences. You fill our surroundings with divine presence. Lord, go before our creativity, ideas and problem-solving today, ensuring that brilliance flows not from stress but from inspiration, guided by your Spirit. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. Daniel 2:21 becomes the well of insight we draw from. You ignite fresh ideas. You inspire innovative solutions. You expand our thinking beyond limitation. You protect creativity from frustration. You release divine clarity into every challenge. Lord, protect our rest throughout this day. Moments of pause, stillness, breathing and recalibration, because without rest, peace cannot be sustained and strength cannot be renewed. He makes me lie down in green pastures. Psalm 23:2 becomes the invitation to slow our pace. You quiet our soul when it races. You give us permission to pause. You anchor us when overwhelm rises. You restore calmness to our inner world. You protect us from spiritual and emotional burnout. Lord, as we end this part of prayer, we honor you for going before us, walking beside us, and covering every moment with protection, wisdom, and blessing that cannot be stolen. Surely the Lord is in this place. Genesis 28:16 becomes the assurance we carry into the rest of this day. You secure our journey. You fortify our decisions. You protect our atmosphere. You uplift our spirit. You establish our peace with unshakable strength. You continue leading us with unwavering love. Lord, as we enter this new part of the prayer, we thank you that your presence does not wait for us to reach perfection before helping us, but meets us right where we are with mercy, patience, and unfailing love. But you, O Lord, are a shield around me. Psalm 3:3 becomes the confidence we carry into this morning. You lift heaviness from our spirit. You silence fears rising uninvited. You cover us with comfort that cannot be shaken. You redirect our focus to your goodness. You secure our heart with divine reassurance. Lord, go before the thoughts that will attempt to influence our emotions today, ensuring that fear does not dominate, anxiety does not control, and negativity does not shape our perception. Take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. 2 Corinthians 10:5 becomes the discipline strengthening our mind. You guard us from mental traps. You shield our imagination from harmful patterns. You replace fear with truth. You break cycles of overthinking. You fill our inner world with clarity and calm. Lord, prepare our spirit to recognize your guidance in unexpected moments. Those divine interruptions, sudden ideas or quiet nudges that shape our path toward blessing. My sheep hear my voice, and they follow me. John 10:27 becomes the foundation of our spiritual awareness. You sharpen our discernment. You heighten our sensitivity to your direction. You protect us from confusion. You help us separate your leading from our own impulses. You anchor our decisions in your wisdom. Lord, go before our interactions with people today, so that every conversation becomes seasoned with grace, wisdom, patience, and spiritual maturity. Let your conversation be always full of grace. Colossians 4:6 becomes the standard guiding our speech. You prevent misunderstandings before they begin. You soften our tone when irritation tries to rise. You help us communicate with compassion. You guard our relationships from conflict. You empower us to speak life into every moment. Lord, protect our peace from external disturbances, noise, pressure, unexpected problems, or emotional chaos that attempt to invade the sanctuary of our mind. You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you. Isaiah 26:3 becomes the melody quieting internal storms. You secure calm in the middle of activity. You shield us from stress disguised as urgency. You anchor our thoughts in your presence. You protect our emotions from being scattered. You keep peace flowing like a steady river. Lord, prepare us to walk in patience today. especially when things move slowly, when answers delay, or when expectations shift in ways we did not anticipate. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Psalm 37:7 becomes the instruction shaping our response. You help us reject frustration. You guard our heart from impatience. You remind us that delay is not denial. You strengthen our trust in your timing. You protect our faith from weakening during waiting. Lord, go before our responsibility so that we handle each task with grace, efficiency, and strength, without falling into overwhelm or exhaustion. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13 becomes the power fueling our productivity. You multiply our energy, you sharpen our focus. You guide our steps with intentionality. You protect our stamina from depletion. You give excellence to the work of our hands. Lord, protect us from discouragement today by reminding us of promises you already fulfilled, prayers you already answered, and victories you already secured on our behalf. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all His benefits. Psalm 103:2 becomes the reminder that gratitude builds strength. You lift sadness before it settles. You replace doubt with remembrance. You strengthen our hope through testimony. You protect our joy from erosion. You surround our spirit with renewed expectation. Lord, prepare our hearts to be vessels of compassion, able to extend grace even when it is not deserved, because love reflects you more than perfection ever will. Above all, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. Colossians 3:14 becomes the thread weaving our interactions. You soften harsh attitudes. You help us forgive quickly. You teach us to respond instead of react. You guard our heart from bitterness. You let compassion become our default posture. Lord, go before our physical journey today, every step, every commute, every errand, and surround us with protection that prevents danger, accidents, or harm from approaching. The Lord will watch over your coming and going. Psalm 121:8 becomes the covering over our movement. You redirect us from harmful timing. You shield us from hidden threats. You protect us in crowded places. You send angels to guard our path. You ensure safety in every direction we travel. Lord, protect our boundaries so that we do not give energy to situations or people who drain, manipulate, or distract us from your purpose. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians 15:33 becomes the wisdom guarding our connections. You reveal hidden intentions. You remove unhealthy influences. You strengthen our ability to say no. You protect our emotional resources. You surround us with people who speak life, not confusion. Lord, prepare our hearts to release control over things we cannot fix, outcomes we cannot shape, and situations we cannot rush, teaching us that surrender is not weakness, but spiritual strength. Cast your burden on the Lord, and He will sustain you. Psalm 55:22 becomes the relief we cling to. You lift weight we were never meant to carry. You calm our desire to manage everything. You protect us from self-imposed stress. You remind us that control belongs to you alone. You strengthen us through surrender. Lord, go before opportunities that will appear today, whether small, unexpected, or delayed, and align them with your favor so that nothing meant for us is missed or lost. A man's gift makes room for him. Proverbs 18:16 becomes the promise guiding our anticipation. You highlight paths connected to destiny. You close doors that lead to harm. You amplify blessings hidden in ordinary moments. You align opportunity with preparation. You protect favor from interference. Lord, protect our confidence so that insecurity cannot steal our courage, self-doubt cannot silence our progress, and fear cannot convince us to shrink back from what you have called us to do. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Psalm 27:1 becomes the strength rising within us. You silence internal criticism. You guard our identity from lies. You awaken boldness inside our spirit. You protect our self-worth from attack. You empower us to move forward with holy confidence. Lord, prepare our attitudes today so we respond with patience, grace, and self-control, even when circumstances test us or people challenge our peace. A person's wisdom yields patience. Proverbs 19:11 becomes the reminder shaping our reactions. You filter frustration through wisdom. You quiet irritation before it grows. You help us remain calm in uncomfortable moments. You shield our tone from harshness. You keep our spirit steady regardless of provocation. Lord, go before our spiritual growth, nurturing every part of our relationship with you, prayer, worship, faith, devotion, so that nothing distracts us from seeking you with a whole heart. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. James 4:8 becomes the call, drawing our spirit deeper. You revive hunger where it feels low. You rekindle passion where it feels dim. You protect our devotion from inconsistency. You awaken desire for your presence. You strengthen our walk with you. Lord, protect our joy from subtle disruptions, ensuring that negativity, heaviness, and spiritual attacks cannot sabotage the light you place in our soul. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Nehemiah 8:10 becomes the shield guarding our inner world. You prevent sadness from taking root. You block discouragement from entering. You guard our smile with supernatural peace. You deepen joy until it becomes unshakable. You protect our spirit with divine strength. Lord, as we conclude this part of the prayer, we declare that because you go before us today, no plan of the enemy can succeed. No fear can overpower us, and no obstacle can stand against the guidance of your mighty hand. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31 becomes the declaration sealing our confidence. You stabilize our heart. You secure our path. You surround us with victory. You fill our atmosphere with favor. You continue to walk ahead of us with unwavering love and unstoppable protection. Lord, as we enter this final part of our morning prayer, we thank you that you have walked with us through every word, every breath, and every moment that poured from our spirit into your presence. In your presence, there is fullness of joy. Psalm 16:11 becomes the assurance covering this completion. You steady us with divine peace. You strengthen us with spiritual clarity. You surround us with heavenly comfort. You anchor our heart in unshakable trust. You prepare us for a day shaped by your guidance. Lord, go before every unseen challenge waiting in this day, ensuring that no surprise, no obstacle, and no unexpected pressure catches us unprepared. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17 becomes the shield rising before us. You dismantle attacks before they take form. You neutralize danger before we perceive it. You weaken every plan meant to overwhelm us. You cover every direction we move in. You secure our safety with divine power. Lord, protect our mind from wandering into fear or replaying old anxieties that you already delivered us from, reminding us that our strength comes from trust, not worry. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, 2 Timothy 1:7 becomes the declaration reclaiming our peace. You silence fear before it speaks. You erase anxiety before it spreads. You shield our imagination from dark scenarios. You guard us from emotional spirals. You strengthen our inner world with calm. Lord, prepare our heart to see your goodness in ordinary moments, reminding us that blessings often appear quietly, softly, and unexpectedly. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Psalm 34:8 becomes the invitation to notice your fingerprints in every hour. You reveal grace in small details. You open our eyes to gentle miracles. You slow our pace long enough to appreciate peace. You transform ordinary moments into holy reminders. You fill our spirit with gratitude. Lord, go before our responsibilities today so that we carry them with strength instead of stress, with peace instead of pressure, and with purpose instead of exhaustion. My grace is sufficient for you, 2 Corinthians 12:9, becomes the truth empowering our tasks. You give energy where we feel weak. You increase efficiency where we feel behind. You provide clarity where we feel overwhelmed. You protect us from burnout. You make our efforts fruitful and blessed. Lord, protect our peace from being stolen by small frustrations, unexpected delays, or sudden irritations designed to distract us from your presence. Blessed are the peacemakers, Matthew 5:9 becomes the reminder shaping our reactions. You calm agitation before it grows. You stabilize our mood when things shift unexpectedly. You guide us to respond rather than react. You protect us from emotional turbulence. You preserve the serenity of our spirit. Lord, prepare our relationships to reflect honor, forgiveness, understanding, and unity, because nothing built on anger or pride can stand firm in your presence. Make every effort to live in peace with everyone. Hebrews 12:14 becomes the foundation of our connections. You soften hard hearts. You mend broken conversations. You guide us away from conflict. You guard relationships that carry destiny. You remove those that carry destruction. Lord, go before our opportunities so that we step into the ones aligned with your will and let go of those that distract us or drain us. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, Psalm 37:23. Becomes the compass guiding our choices. You highlight paths of blessing. You close doors that lead to harm. You redirect us from empty pursuits. You protect us from wasted time. You align opportunity with purpose. Lord, protect our health from unseen dangers, strengthening our immunity, energy, and physical well-being as we step into this day's demands. Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health. 3 John 1:2 becomes the covering over our body. You shield us from sickness. You restore energy where it feels depleted. You guard us from physical harm. You strengthen our endurance. You bless our body with vitality. Lord, prepare our spirit to remain steady, even when the world around us feels unstable, chaotic, or unpredictable. Because our foundation is not the world, it is you. The Lord is my rock and my fortress. Psalm 18:2 becomes the anchor holding us firm. You protect us from emotional collapse. You guard us from fear stirred by uncertainty. You steady our steps when circumstances shake. You fill us with courage, rooted in truth. You keep us grounded in hope. Lord, go before our financial decisions, opening doors that align with wisdom and closing options that would bring stress, loss, or regret. My God shall supply all your needs. Philippians 4:19 becomes the peace securing our resources. You guide us toward responsible choices. You guard our income from disruption. You protect us from impulsive decisions. You bless our stewardship with favor. You provide in ways we could never predict. Lord, protect our dreams from doubt, reminding us that what is delayed is not denied, and what is hidden is not forgotten by heaven. Write the vision and make it plain. Habakkuk 2:2 becomes the encouragement to keep believing. You guard our purpose from discouragement. You fuel our passion with hope. You revive goals that felt dormant. You strengthen our determination. You align fulfillment with perfect timing. Lord, prepare our soul to walk in gratitude today, because gratitude lifts our spirit, sharpens our vision, and aligns our heart with your goodness. In everything give thanks. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 becomes the rhythm guiding our attitude. You turn complaints into worship. You turn stress into appreciation. You turn frustration into understanding. You protect us from entitlement. You shape our heart into a vessel of thanksgiving. Lord, go before our battles, both visible and invisible, ensuring that victory belongs to you and not to our effort, our strength, or our strategy. The battle is not yours, but God's. Tower Chronicles 20:15 becomes the declaration silencing fear. You defeat what we cannot see. You defend where we are weak. You decide outcomes before we arrive. You dismantle every enemy scheme. You shield us with divine intervention. Lord, protect our purpose from distraction, so that we stay aligned with what matters, focused on what grows us, and dedicated to what you have assigned to our life. Let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Hebrews 12:1 becomes the motivation guiding our steps. You remove unnecessary noise. You strip away competing priorities. You anchor us in destiny. You energize our pursuit. You guard our mission with holy clarity. Lord, prepare our day to be a testimony of your goodness, letting every moment reflect your presence, every word reflect your grace, and every step reflect your guidance. Let your light shine before others. Matthew 5:16 becomes the calling upon us. You make us carriers of peace. You make us vessels of hope. You make us examples of your love. You protect our witness from being dimmed. You use us to impact lives with compassion. Lord, go before our evening before it even arrives, ensuring that we end this day in peace, rest, and gratitude, free from fear, regret, or emotional burden. I will lie down and sleep in peace. Psalm 4:8 becomes the promise covering the hours ahead. You calm our night with protection. You restore our strength through rest. You release peace into every unseen moment. You guard our home with angels. You fill our sleep with comfort. Lord, as we close this final part, we thank you for going before us, staying beside us, protecting behind us, and filling this entire day with your unfailing presence, unshakable peace, and unstoppable love. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Psalm 23:6 becomes the blessing, sealing this prayer. You are our shepherd forever. You are our shield without fail. You are our guide in every hour. You are our strength in every moment.